Hey everybody, my name is Chelsea, but you can call me Cece, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For everybody that tuned into my first video, my intro to my channel, if you haven't already checked out that video, I'm gonna need you to go back. I'll wait. Great. Now that we're all caught up, you all should know what this video is about. And for those of you that don't, we are romanticizing our lives. All right. Before y'all yell at me, whatever you want to do, I just have a short announcement. So I know in my last video, I said that this week I would have a vlog coming out, but there's been a little hiccup with the vlogs. So I did start working full time, I think a week after my first video came out, and I definitely underestimated just how much time it would take to actually, dedicate to vlogging and editing those vlogs, because you get hours of footage by the end of the week. And just, YouTube isn't the only form of content creation that I'm doing. It isn't the only form of work that I'm doing for myself. So I wanted to find a way to maximize my time and get as much done as possible without half-assing it. And to be honest, trying to maintain putting up a vlog every other week as well as the sit-down videos just was not going to work for me. In all actuality, it would just be so much better for me to just sit down, talk to you guys, edit those videos, and have those come out every week on Sundays or Mondays. But trying to find time to vlog every day, especially since I'm in my place of work, my place of employment, I'm usually there from about 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that doesn't really leave much time for me to whip out a camera and vlog, and it would be inappropriate for me to do that at work. So because I don't have, one, the time to vlog, and then two, the time to edit, I just feel like it would make a lot more sense for me to just put out these sit-down videos. So, sorry y'all, here's a mess. So in order to maintain consistency, because I literally just dropped my first video and fell off the face of the earth, in order to maintain consistency, I have to step away from vlogging for the time being. If I find a time in the future where I feel like, we can bring the vlogs back, then I'll do that. And I do have my vlog recorded, it's just not fully edited. So maybe one day I'll drop that footage, but honestly, right now, it's just best for me to do sit-down videos and just talk to you guys, get down to the nitty-gritty. I wanted to stick to my word of putting out a sit-down video and then a vlog and then a sit-down video, and it crippled me from posting anything because I couldn't put out my vlog. So you guys will be receiving sit-down videos on this channel once a week, every Sunday or Monday, and I hope that that's just as good as putting out vlogs. Thank you guys for listening to my little PSA. And like I said before, time to get down to the nitty-gritty. So I was explaining to y'all that I'm in this new era of literally just trying to shift who I am as a person. I want to shift my mindset, my belief system, some of my values, my habits. Like, your girl is trying to change up her lifestyle. And for me, the solution to do that is by romanticizing my life. For anyone who may not know what romanticizing your life is, I like to think about it as, instead of I have to, think I get to. Does that make sense? So like, instead of, I hate that I have to wake up so early to go to work, you can switch that into, I'm glad that, I get to go to work because I am fortunate enough to have a job that helps to pay my bills, my car note, things of that sort, instead of making it so sour, because remember, your brain doesn't know the difference. So when you think sour thoughts, you're stuck in that sour state. So instead of making sour statements, we turn them around and turn it more into gratitude, if that makes sense. A big part of romanticizing your life is gratitude. Being grateful for the things that you currently have in your life, for the resources that you currently have access to, for the experiences that you have, the people that you know. It is gratitude, being grateful. Like, y'all ever get sick and when your nose get all stuffy, you start thinking like, damn, I really did not take advantage of being able to breathe freely before my nose was all stuffed up. Think about it like that. You don't want to wait till it's too late to start giving gratitude. You want to be thankful for the things that you have now. Also, being thankful for what you have now helps you to complain a little less, you know? Romanticizing your life is essentially changing your perspective. The same way we just talked about I have to versus I get to, you get to change your perspective on life. So you might feel like right now your life is crumbling, and it may just be fine. Like, you may have a roof over your head, a job paying your bills, food in your stomach, clothes on your back, but maybe you're down because you're not living the lifestyle that you envision for yourself. Like, maybe your day-to-day habits and activities or duties just don't align with what you see for yourself. And that might be why it's a little hard for you to romanticize what's currently going on in your life and find that gratitude. But when you shift your perspective on life, a lot of times we get to realize, like, bro, I'm living in an answered prayer. Like, for example, I could be down and out complaining all the time that I do not have a luxury apartment, that I am not self-employed, that, what else can I? Oh, that I'm not on vacation every other week. Like, those are legit things that I see for myself, I see for my life, but I don't currently have them. I'm not complaining about it though. Like, a little bit, but like I said, we're working on that. So instead of me just, complaining about that and focusing on the have-nots, like what I do not have, I can just look around and be like, bro, you're 23 with your own apartment? Bro, you just graduated and you got a full-time job in your career? That is blessings on blessings. Like, I may not be where I know that I could be, but I'm not meant to be there right now. So while I'm living in these answered prayers, I need to show gratitude for the fact that, bro, I've prayed for things in the past and I'm now sitting in them. Like, this is the life I romanticized in my head like 2-3 years ago. So why am I now living in this blessing and I can't be appreciative of it and I can't romanticize it when just 2 years ago, it's all I could think about? It is the very thing that kept me going, Another thing when it comes to romanticizing is I feel like it allows you to operate from your softness. Now, for the girlies out there who were, on that wave of soft girl era, making sure that your life is more convenient, more easy, less struggle, less independent Black woman, and more, I need help. Somebody assist me. Let me relax. Let me chill. I don't have to do, maximum effort for minimum reward. We're going to switch that around and we're going to do minimum effort for maximum reward. And that software error for all of you girlies that was in tune with that or probably still are in tune, think about that when you think about romanticizing your life. Like, that softness that comes from having, a changed mindset, free finances, like for all of you that are financially free, like the mindset that comes with that, try to operate as if you already have those things. Like, it's kind of like that process of manifestation, which we could talk about in a whole other video, but you want to kind of think of your life as if you're already where you need to be, because technically you are. Like, wherever you are right now is really where you're supposed to be right now. It's just that it's just that we don't take time to like slow down our lives. Like, a lot of times, just like I mentioned before with living in answered prayers, the reason why we don't realize like, hey, this is what I prayed for 3 years ago, is because life keeps moving and we keep moving with it, not taking any moments to just literally just stop, breathe, and look around. Because once you do that, it's like, whoa, I'm actually that girl. Once you do that, you start to see how God shows himself in your life on a day-to-day basis. So I feel like romanticizing my life is something that is going to help push me into that soft girl era. It's going to help push that narrative onto myself of I don't have to do too much to get everything. You feel me? Why Why have I chosen to enter this new era of my life? That is a great question. For me personally, I just feel like there's so many habits I harbor right now that just aren't conducive to my higher self. Like, these are habits that I know for sure when I wake up tomorrow, it is not helping me evolve into a better person. It is not helping me to reach the goals that I've set for myself, and it is not allowing me to walk within my purpose. So my attempt at changing those habits, and by change I mean like completely ridding myself of the habits that stunt my growth and replacing those with habits and day-to-day activities that help to, you know, continue to motivate me when I'm not feeling like working or putting in the effort, help to keep me disciplined, help to keep me consistent, and help to keep me balanced, to be honest. I really just got tired of my old habits, and some of them are definitely still current habits, but we're just going to refer to them as old habits because we do not associate ourselves with those anymore. It doesn't resonate for me, can't relate. I really just, you know, felt like it was time for a change, and I needed a word to put to the change that I wanted to make, and romanticizing is that word. Another reason why I've started this journey is because I literally hate to dread anything. Homework, oh my God, y'all. When I was in school, homework was one of those girls, like, where you get the assignment and you're like, bro, another one, oh my God. And the closer the due date gets, the more, you know, anxiety I get because the assignment isn't done, but I'm not getting up to get it done because I'm dreading the fact that I have to do it in the first place. And a lot of times when I dread to do anything, I start to feel almost like crippled to the activity. Like, I start to feel paralyzed to the activity. Like, I literally cannot get up to do it now. Like, I've gotten to that point. So I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to dread anything that I know I have to do, especially since a lot of times it's me putting myself into these predicaments. Like, I would not have had homework had I not enrolled myself into school. You feel me? So it's kind of just like taking things on the chin and taking things how they are without, you know, associating such a bad or negative connotation with the things that I literally signed myself up to do. The way I think about it, if I start to just change my mindset around the things that I dread, I will no longer dread them. And it actually did work for me the other day. Like, part of me changing my day-to-day habits, instead of making this like okay, once a week or twice a week I'm gonna try something to, you know, continue this journey, I'm doing something every day. Like, I'm doing multiple things every day, trying to shift habits, shift my mindset. And the other day I had to cook, and usually I just dread cooking and I'd rather just get to the eating portion. But the other day I had to cook and I was just like, I didn't feel any way towards it. Like, I didn't have that whole like, oh bruh, I have to cook today. Like, I didn't feel like that. I literally felt perfectly fine. I was able to start cooking and have no negative emotions towards it, and it made the activity a lot more enjoyable. Not that I like enjoy cooking, but it made me just be able to do the activity without waiting for the activity to end, hating the fact that I even had to start it. Like, it was perfectly fine. And that's how I want to feel about anything that I know right now that I don't like to do. Like, whatever I don't like to do, I want that activity to come up the next day or the day of, and me not have those emotions towards those activities anymore, especially since these are activities that benefit me. Cooking means I'm not ordering outside food, which means I'm eating a lot less fast food, a lot less processed foods, and I'm cooking at home. I'm eating healthier because I'm cooking at home. And that's a benefit to my physical health, which eventually becomes a benefit to my mental and emotional well-being as well. A very important reason why this journey is just so big for me is because I want to start enjoying my life. Like, if I'm already living this life, if I cannot, like, there's certain things that we have control over and other things where our control is completely out the window and it has nothing to do with anything that we can do. We have no control. And learning what you can control and what you can't control is so heavy. Like, I don't think anyone understands just how important it is to truly understand what you have control over and what is out of your hands. Because once you do truly understand that, you eliminate like half of the stress that you already have. Because people don't realize, like, we don't realize that when we're stressing so much and we have such high anxiety, we're causing it ourselves. Because why am I stressing about something that I personally cannot change? Like, example, can I control a tsunami? Instead of me sitting here and being super stressed out about a tsunami on the way and I can't control whether it's coming or not. The tsunami decides that. All I can control is how I protect myself. I got the warning. Instead of spending the next 12 hours frustrated, thinking of how I can stop the tsunami, because I can't, I should spend the next 12 hours packing my bags, getting my family to a safe location. Like, you know, things of that sort. You eliminate so much more stress and start to get to those solutions when you switch the way that you think about things. So I want to enjoy life more. I want to take control of what I can control, and everything that I can't control, I just want to leave that to God. Like, I can't deal with that anymore. Learning to love the life that I live, the life that I've literally cultivated for myself. Like, I made this happen. God made this happen. My parents helped me to make this happen. This is a life I've been fighting for the past 23 years. And I'm not at that finish yet. I'm not on my deathbed. What am I so worried for? So I want to enjoy my life more. And now, for the part we've all been waiting for. Romanticizing your life 101. Number one on my list would be to combat your negative thoughts. Now, don't get me wrong. I need y'all to understand there is a such thing as toxic positivity. Too much of anything is not good for you. There's literally a yin and a yang, a balance of both, and everyone literally needs a balance of both. So too much good ends up being bad for you. There is a such thing as toxic positivity. So what you want to do is, at least what I do personally to combat my negative thoughts, is that when they start to flow through me, I won't just automatically cut them off, because I also have this thing in my mind where if I don't get to play out or finish out a thought, it will haunt me for the rest of the day, and I literally just keep going back to those same thoughts till it's completed. But so what I've been doing is, as the thoughts come in, I try to basically communicate with your thoughts. Like, if the negative thought is coming in, what I like to do is start to question myself. It's kind of like a moment for a little bit of shadow work for the spiritual girlies. I question myself, like, okay, so why do we feel this way? Like, what did this person say or do, or what did I say or do? What's happening in the situation that is triggering the feeling that I have right now, that is making me think these thoughts? And once that happens, I combat it by settling myself back into reality. A lot of times our negative thoughts are literally anxiety, and we all know that anxiety is not real. Like, it's literally lies that you feed yourself, and sometimes it's not coming from anywhere. Like, no one is telling you to think these thoughts. You just have them. Like, no one's paying attention to you, but you think they are. That's anxiety. It's not real. It's literally just, think of like a little devil on your shoulder. Just flick him off. Just get rid of him. Doesn't need to be there. It's not serving you. My way of combating negative thoughts is to let the thought run its course. Not completely. I'm not saying sit there for 10 minutes and let a thought run. I give myself a good 5 to 10 seconds. That way I can understand what the emotion is in the first place. And then I start to question myself, why do we feel like this? And then we combat it with more logical, I wouldn't say like positive thoughts, positive energy. I would say more logical thoughts and more logical energy, because logic will start to push anxiety out the window so fast, it is crazy. Step 2 would be to take action and do the thing. What does that mean? It means pushing your imposter syndrome to the side and actually getting up and getting things done. Part of me romanticizing my life is literally turning on my camera and recording these videos for y'all. Sometimes all it takes is starting. That's all it takes. Like, if you imagine that your higher self goes to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. Maybe your negative thought is, oh my gosh, how are all these gym girlies doing it? I can never drop the weight. My body will never look how I want it to. Then we start to question ourselves, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling insecure about my body. Why do I feel like that right now? Because this is something that I would like to change. I don't like this about it. Okay, so what can you control in that situation? Well, I can't control the body that I was born with, but I can go to the gym and lose some fat, maybe build some muscle and a little bit more muscle in the areas where I know I want to, poke out a little bit more. Yeah, but that's something that you can control. And then after you do those combat thoughts, it's time to take that action. What's stopping you from getting healthy right now? Maybe you don't have a gym membership. Sign up for a gym. Step 1. And then what? Okay, let's come up with a gym schedule. I want to do 4 to 5 times a week ultimately. So let's start off smaller. Let's do 2 to 3 times a week. Choose your days of the week, plan out what times, and then when that time comes, once you get up with the intention of I'm gonna do this thing, it makes it so much easier. Once you have those ideas of, you hear the alarm and you're like, bruh, I gotta get up and go to the gym, you've already failed. Oh my God, it's literally that easy. But when that alarm goes off and you're like, whoo, gym time, and you just get up, that intention in itself, oh, you're definitely getting in that gym and putting in work. Like, it's undeniable. Step 3 would be to live in my current luxury. Oh my gosh. Especially with like social media and being able to compare your life to so many other people, especially when everyone is only posting their highlight reels right now. You may see that Mr. Man is on a trip every other month, but what you're not seeing is that month in between, he's literally breaking his back at work to put on this lifestyle front for the rest of y'all. No one is seeing that. No one is seeing the depression that he's putting himself through every other month that he's not on vacation, because he's only going on vacation to look a certain way, to meet a certain social standard. Like, no one is showing that. They're just showing you the highlight reels of their life. So that comparison is a thief of joy. Truth. Don't deny it. Don't deny it, girl. Allowing myself to live in my current luxury. Like, this may not be luxury for Beyonce, but for the man on the street with no home, this is beyond luxury. You feel me? Like, everyone's circumstances is different, and no one else's threshold of pain or depth of pain gets to invalidate the pain that you go through at all. But let's be for real. A lot of us are super, 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 super blessed, and all we can do is complain. All we can do is complain. That has to change. Live in your current luxury. Oh my gosh. You're feeding to go on all of these trips, but you haven't even explored your neighborhood yet. Like, you haven't even seen the amazing restaurants that are around the corner, the beautiful park up the street. Like, you haven't even done that yet. Live in your current luxury. Number 4, this probably should have been number 1, to be honest. Give it to God. Boy, oh my God. Give it to God. Like, nothing has helped me to start this journey on a better foot than growing a closer relationship with God. Y'all, I cannot stress to you enough, like, growing a deeper relationship with God, growing my faith has allowed me to enter this softness that I don't believe I've ever felt before, like, ever. Like, my anxiety be real, my obsessive thoughts be real, fantasizing about the wrong things, it be so real. The day that I decided, like, bro, we are not in control, but he is, I give up. Like, the day that I decided that is the same day that I set myself on a path to graduate my master's program early after getting kicked out for poor academic work. Like, I graduated early because I decided I was no longer in control. I did not decide because I already wasn't in control. I just accepted the fact that I was no longer in control, and I gave it all to God. And he literally dragged me through the rest of the semester and allowed me to graduate months ahead of time. Like, giving it to God is the reason why I was able to have my first apartment, and I don't even start work until next week. I've been living here for almost 5 months. Giving it to God is what allowed me to even start my career at the age of 13 as a fresh grad. Like, you feel me? Like, stop trying to demand control over your life, bro. Someone already has control of it. Just allow them to do what they came to do. Number 5, which we have discussed, but I'm going to emphasize it over and over and over and over and over again. It is gratitude. You have to be thankful for what you have. It's so crazy how often we can go from asking from one thing to asking for another without ever stopping to be like, thank you. Like, yo, thank you so much. Because I was really struggling like a month ago. I was really going through it. And not even just for like the materialistic things that God allows us to have. Think about like that sense of peace that he also allows you to have. We don't ever like take that moment to just sit, like I said before, sit, breathe, and look around and be like, thank you. Like, last month I was really struggling, like tears every day, had no clothes, maybe my car broke down and I didn't have a vehicle for a month. But right now I'm in the best space I've ever been. I'm no longer crying every day. I now have a car. I now have new clothes, a whole new wardrobe. Thank you. Just when you're grateful for the smallest things in life, like I've gotten to the point where when I'm praying every day, I'm like, God, thank you for the air in my lungs. Like, thank you for the clothes on my back. Thank you for my ability to see, taste, touch, hear, all of that. Like, it's gotten to that point because allowing yourself to be grateful for the smallest things, bro, when those inconveniences come, it's kind of like gratitude ends up being that first thing your mind goes to versus complaining. And it helps with that mindset shift. And as I just said, so for this last one, I have less complaining. Bro, the less we complain, the more we're able to see the blessings that are in front of us. When you're stuck complaining all the time, you don't even realize, like, bro, I am one of God's favorites, you know? I am definitely one of those people who will spend an hour complaining just for everything to work out. Do you know how embarrassing that is? You sit there, you have a panic attack, a mental breakdown, you bawling your eyes out, you telling the whole world, you damning everyone to hell, and then everything works out. And now what? Those are my tips on romanticizing your life 101. I hope that you found some value in this. I hope that I am not alone on this journey. So if you plan to romanticize your life with me, please drop a comment down below so that we can, get this community going. Let's, start sharing our tips and tricks with each other. Let's start helping each other to shift our mindsets. No one understands like how big a role community plays in shifting your day-to-day habits and shifting your mindset. When you're around like-minded people or people who have the same intention or goal as you, it is so much easier to hold yourself accountable, to feel motivated, to be supported. And that's honestly like what I would like to provide for you and receive from you as well. So if you are on this journey of, entering your soft girl era or romanticizing your life, walking with God, I would highly recommend pressing that subscribe button, liking this video, and leaving a comment for me down below so that I can talk to you guys. I want to see who's seeing me. Show me your face. Don't hide. I don't bite. I don't. Thank you guys for tuning into this video, and maybe I'll have more that I could share with y'all too down below. All right, y'all, I will see you guys next Sunday. Later.